Today's lesson is about order of operations. Order of operations, which means that there are rules that you must follow when you are trying to solve for an equation. So, a certain set of steps that you have to follow. All right. I said there are rules. We talk about this all the time. There are always math rules. There are rules to follow. When you simplify, or solve, well, let's say solve, sorry, let me find my eraser button. There it is. Simplify or solve an equation with multiple, and put it over here, multiple operations. So sometimes you have equations that have a lot of things going on inside, or a lot of things that you need to do in the equation. And so there are rules that you must follow in order to solve the problem or solve the equation. And I'm sure you've heard of this. It's called Wonderful. I'm doing a different color so that we can make sure those things stand out. So it's called PEMDAS. It's P-E. We're going to say M/D, PEM, and then A/S. And I'll explain those two in a minute. But I'm sure you've heard PEMDAS before. PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. PEMDAS. All right, the P stands for, we're going to go back. Maybe I'll do a different color. Parentheses. The P is for parentheses. Parenthesis. Which means that you need to do any grouping, parentheses, and other groupings. Other groupings, things that look like this or like this, etc. Right? Anything that has some kind of grouping involved, you need to do that first. That's the first thing that you do. Right? We do the P. So you do anything that has parentheses first. Then the next step would be exponents. And we just went over exponents in length. So exponents, exponents are second. We're going to put number 2 right here. Exponents and radicals, any radicals, exponents and radicals. We know what radicals are, right? Radicals are these symbols. Right? We just went over that. Perfect squares, square roots. Radicals are in the exponent family. All right, and then we have 3 and 4. We're going to say 3 and 4 are kind of the same, or at least there's no specific order if you should do division before you do multiplication, or multiplication or division. But M and D stand for multiplication. You do multiplication first, or if you see it first, and or division. Underline those. And or division. And you just move left to right. So whichever one comes first, left to right. There's not a rule that says that you have to do all the multiplication before you do the division, or should you do all the division before the multiplication? No. If there's only multiplication and division left in an equation, meaning like those are the only things that you must do in the equation, then just do whatever one comes first, the multiplication or division. It's left to right. And the same thing for A and S. If you haven't guessed, it would be addition and subtraction. We're going to say 5 and 6. All right, addition and or subtraction. And the same thing, left to right. If after you solved or while you're trying to solve an equation, if you see addition and subtraction, it doesn't matter which order they come in. If you see addition first, then you do addition first. If you see subtraction first, you do subtraction first. And it's left to right, just like you read left to right, so you do your math problem left to right once you've followed the steps of PEMDAS. All right, let's do some practice. Keep our rules up so that we can see. All right, so here we have 7 plus 52 divided by 3 in parentheses 2. So parentheses first, whatever's in the parentheses first, we're going to do that first. So we have 7, we're going to say plus 54 divided by 3 times 2 is 6. And then I see, so I did my parentheses, I multiplied my 2 by my 3 and moved that out of parentheses. And then there's no exponents. The next thing I need to do is multiplication and or division first. Before I do adding and subtracting, I have to do all the multiplication and division first. And I see 54 divided by 6. Am I doing this right? Yeah, 54 divided by 6 would be 9. I think I'm doing this wrong. Oh, because I apologize. The parentheses are throwing me off. The parentheses only suggest that it's multiplication here, right? There's nothing to do with in the parentheses except for multiplication, right? These two are multiplied. But it says you don't have to do multiplication before division. You do left to right. And since it's 54 divided by 3, we do that first. So it's 54 divided by 3, which would be 18. And then we still have the 2 in parentheses. So then it's 7 plus 2 times 18 is 36. And then 36 plus 7 is 43. And so my answer is 43. This is just multiplication. And I saw division first. So remember, left to right. I can't do addition before I do multiplication and division. So I have to do what I see left going to right. And the first thing I saw was this number divided by 3. And then the multiplication came after. So I just did left to right. All right, here we go. Let's try this one. All right, no parentheses. But I see exponents. So I have 24 minus, and it's 4 to the second power. So that's 4 times 4. That's 16. And I'm going to leave everything else the same first. I try to leave things the same so that I can do them one step at a time. So I did my exponents first. There were no parentheses. And now I see multiplication here. I see subtraction, multiplication, and addition. I got to do the multiplication first because the rules say I have to do multiplication and division first. So 24. And then I'm going to leave the minus sign. So 16 times 3 would be 39 plus 15. No, that's not right. 3 times, nope, that's just kidding. 3 times 6 is 8. Carry the 18, carry the 1, 3, 4, so 48, sorry about that. 48 plus 15. And now there's no more multiplication. I got rid of the multiplication between these two numbers. And now I see subtraction and addition left. And it doesn't say that I should do addition first. It just says that I need to move left to right if that's all that's left. So 24 minus 48 would be negative 48, right? Plus, or I'm sorry, how did I do that? Sorry, it would be negative 24 is 24 plus 15, and then that would be negative 9. All right, let's try some more. We're going to finish this sheet, and then I'm going to let you practice on your own. Lots of practice. All right, let's see. We have 9 squared. There's an exponent plus 28 divided by 4 minus, the absolute value of negative 18. And so PEMDAS says that I should do anything that's in parentheses or anything that's close, any other groupings first. So we need to remove, so we're going to leave everything else the same. 9 squared plus 28 divided by 4. And minus, because the minus is on the outside of the absolute value symbols. The absolute value of negative 18 is just 18. All right, I did that. I removed it from the absolute value grouping. And now I'm going to follow the rest of PEM. So that was the P, the PEMDAS. So that was the P. Exponents are next. 9 to the second power is 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So 81 plus 28 divided by 4 minus 18. All right, one step at a time. And then I see a division symbol. I see plus, division, and minus. So addition, division, and subtraction. So I'm going to do the division first. So 81 plus, what's 28 divided by 4? That would be 24, 6, 7. It would be 7 minus 18. All right. And now I just have addition and subtraction left. And the rule says just move left to right. So 81 plus 7 is 88. 88 minus 18 would be 70. Remember, I'm doing the math. So I might be wrong. I'm doing it with you. Actually, I did a little bit earlier. So, all right. Next one. 48 divided by, there's parentheses. 2 to the 5th power minus 29 plus 6 to the 2nd power. All right. PEMDAS says that I need to use, this just helps me. PEMDAS says I need to do the parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. 48 divided by 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 32. Let's see, 32 minus 29 plus 6 squared. So then I need to do 48 divided by, what's 32 minus 29? I think it's 3 plus 6 squared. All right, I got my 3 in there. I still need to do my x. So all my parentheses should be gone now. Well, they need to be gone because I did everything in them. 3 plus, let's fix that. Sorry, wait, just plus 3 plus 6 squared. All right, 48 divided by 3 plus, and 6 times 6 is 36. All right, and then I see division first, so 48 divided by 3 will give me 1, and then 18 is 6. 16 plus 36 will equal 52. All right, one step at a time. That's the goal here. All right, PEMDAS. All right, I see 2 groups of parentheses. Let's do everything in these parentheses first. I can't do the exponent first. It says do what's in the parentheses first. So 9 minus 5 is 4. And then we're going to put the parentheses and the 3 back and the exponent there. And then minus 8. 18 minus 2, minus 6 times 2. And it's in the parentheses, but the multiplication comes first. So it's 18 minus what's 6 times 2 is 12. I'm just going to rewrite so that, and I'm going to do one step at a time because it helps me. 18 minus 12 is 6. And now I'm going to do my 4 to the power of 3. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. 64 minus 6. Am I doing this right? Yep, 64 minus 6. And 64 minus 6 is 58. There we go. Good, good, good. Here we go. I'm going to keep moving on. 7 plus, I see parentheses, divided by a radical, right? 16, or the square root of 16. So PEMDAS says to do parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite 7 plus, oh, there's an exponent in the parentheses, so I need to do that actually. 53 minus 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which would be 81, I think, divided by the square root of 16. I'm going to rewrite some of this. So we have 7 plus 81 minus 53. Yes, I'm using my calculator. It is negative 23 divided by radical 16. All right, I can remove the brackets now. So it's 7 plus negative 23 divided by, and I need to take care of this radical sign because that's, even though it's not an exponent, the rule says that exponents and radicals. So the square root of 16 is 4. All right, so it's 7 plus negative 23. I see a division symbol first, which is super strange. I don't know how I got that. 53. Oh, it's 28. Sorry, it's 28. My bad. All right, so 28 divided by 4 is 7. It's negative 7, which equals 0. Okay. It's 0. Yes. I did it earlier. I'm just double checking myself. All right. Next, do the next couple of problems. And then you will have to work on your practice by yourself. I will post the answer key, obviously, after the lesson is done. Or the day after class. I apologize for the sound. I'm sitting really close to the window. I truly apologize. I'm just going to talk over it. Hopefully you can work through it for a moment. There it is. All right, parentheses. We have 9 minus 2 in parentheses, which is 7. So it'll be 7 squared minus, I see the absolute value. So I left the subtraction sign because it's on the outside of the absolute value. So 3 minus 17 is 14. It would be the absolute value of negative 14 plus 4. And then we need to take these absolute value brackets because it's negative because the negative sign is in front of the 17 and it's the larger number. So we got 7 squared minus, it would be just 14 after the absolute values are removed. Good, and I rewrote everything. 7 times 7 would be 49 minus 14 plus 4. Good, I got rid of, now I just have adding and subtracting, and I just moved left to right since we're supposed to do them from left to right if they're all that's left. All right, 49 minus 14 is 35. 35 plus 4. 39 is what I got. Let me make sure. 39. Did I get 39? I did. Woohoo. All right. Here we go. Number 8. I see a radical sign, so, and then exponents underneath there, times, I see parentheses. So we're going to rewrite this first. Rewrite this radical sign. Well, we're not supposed to do radical signs first. We're supposed to do parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite this squared times. What's in parentheses is 11 minus 8, which is 3. And then there's a exponent on there, minus 26. So let's do this again. 29 minus 2 squared times 3 times 3 is 9 minus 26. All right, I took care of all the parentheses and the exponents. I need to get rid of the radical as well. So I have the square root, so 2 times 2 is 4. So 29 minus 4 times 9 minus 26. 29 minus 4 is 25 times 9 minus 26. All right, the square root of 25 is 5 times 9 minus 26. All right, would equal 5 times 9 is 45. So we have 45 minus 26, which would give us 19. There we go. All right, I'm going to rewrite my PEMDAS down here. I rewrite it so that I remember. It's good. Oh, not PEMPAS. It's PEMDAS. I rewrite it for myself just so that it visually helps me to see it. So I keep saying it over my head, but sometimes with a whole bunch of steps in a math problem, you forget. And so it's easier sometimes to just write it down so that it's off to the side so you can refer to it if you needed the information in my head about this. All right. So we have this long division problem. That's okay. We're going to break it down. We have no parentheses, but we do see exponents. So I'm going to solve those exponents and rewrite this as 18 minus, it's 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So because it's 16 times 4, yep. Plus 25 all over 28 minus 5 times 5 is 25. All right. And now I see things left to right. There's subtraction and addition. I can do them in any order. So 18 minus 64 is negative 49 plus 25 over 28 minus 25 is 23. Nope, just kidding. Not 23, just 3. Oh, I keep writing 23. It's just 3. And so this is going to be negative 49 plus 25 will give me 24. Negative. Negative 24 over 3, which is negative 8. I feel like I'm not subtracting that well. It's 64. 18 minus 64. I feel like my number's wrong. And I feel like I know that my number's wrong. Bear with me. 64 minus 18. It's 46. Oh, I can't do my math. Sorry, guys. 46. All right, then 46 plus 25 will give me 21. And so it just changes a little bit. It's just 7. I feel like I got 7 before, which I did, but I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't remember that being 8. All right. Remember to take your time. It happens to the best of us, right? It happens to me too. So if I rush through problems or I don't slow down, I make small mistakes, which is why it's important for you to show me your work, because it's okay to make mistakes along the way. I just need to see that you know the process Mistakes happen all the time, but if you're on the right path to the answer to the problem, then you get credit for that. And you should get credit for that because you know what you're doing. You just made a small mistake like your teacher often makes. All right, let's get through these. So we've got a few more. All right, I will keep going. All right, I see some exponents. Let's get those done. 4 times 4 is 16 times 6 minus 3 times 6 all over 11 minus 25 divided by 5. Okay, so I see some multiplication on top and division on the bottom. I'm going to do all those things first because we had no parentheses. I've already done the exponent. Multiplication and division, not one comes before the other. You just do left to right, and then you do adding and subtracting last. So 16 times 6 is, let me make sure my math is correct. Come on, calculator. 16 times 6 is 96. So we have 96 minus, and 3 times 6 is 18 over 11 minus, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. So then we have, then we have 96 minus 18, minus 18 is 78. 78 over 6, because 11 minus 5 is 6. And I'm pretty sure 6 can go into 78. 13 times. Yep, 13 times. Perfect. All right. Let's keep going. PEMDAS. All right, I see parentheses, so we're going to rewrite the other things first because we have to do the parentheses first. 2 exponent 7 minus, we have parentheses 5 minus 2, which would be 3. And then that's cubed, plus 3 over 12 minus 7 times 2. All right, let's do our exponents now. We have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Of course, I have to do that math. I think it's 128. If I'm wrong, you'll let me know. You guys are great at letting me know. Minus 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 3 over, we have 12 minus, and then 7 times 2 is 14. All right, I'm going to rewrite and start writing smaller. Okay, so now we just have left to right because there's only adding and subtracting left. So 128 minus 27 is 101. 101 plus 3 is 104. Divided by 12 minus 14 is minus 2. And then 2 can go into 104 because it's even 52 times. Negative 52 times. All right. All right, moving on. All right, I see absolute value. I'm supposed to do groupings first. The absolute value of negative 34 is just 34 divided by, I see exponents up here. Exponents would be 4 times 4, which is, again, I did the absolute value first, parentheses. I took negative 34 out of there. And then my exponents are next, which is 4 times 4 is 16 divided by 16 minus 6 over 3 minus 8. And because we need to divide this, I need to rewrite this as it should be so that I can do this division problem. So we have 34 divided by divided by 16 minus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 5. Oh, so 34 divided by 2. Because, right, 5 goes into 10 2 times, which should equal, I don't know why there's a negative symbol in here. -5. Oh, because of -5. Negative 17. All right, last two. And here we go. All right, we see some fractions here. I'm going to rewrite and just do the parentheses and the exponent. So we have 1/3 minus 7/6 times 9/14 plus, and this one tells me that if it's squared, that means it's 2/3 times 2/3, which equals 4/6. So plus 4/6. All right. And we need to multiply before we add or subtract. So I have 1/3, and then we're going to multiply across here or reduce it. And sometimes I reduce because it makes my life easier. So I can reduce both of these, cross multiply here. 7 can go into 7 one time, into 14 two times. 3 can go into 6 2 times, and 9 3 times. So then multiply these two. 1 times 3 is 3. And 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 46. So I just took these two because they were multiplied by each other. And I did those things first because they were multiplied. And then I rewrote it as what it is now, which is 1 times 3 is 3 on top, and 2 times 2 is 4 on the bottom. And now I have adding and subtracting. Tricky. We need to find the least common denominator for each of them. We know that 3, I can list a few for 3 if it helps you. It's 3, 6, 9, 12. Ew, so far I think 12. And then we have 4, 8, 12. Yep, I think that's going to be my magic number. And then it's 6, 12. Good. All right. So then with 3, if I rewrite this, it took me 4 times to get to 12 with 3. So it's times 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 times 3 is 12. They're all going to have 12s on the bottom. Let's just rewrite it. Plus 12. And then 4 took me 3 steps to get there. So 3 times 3 is 9. The bottom is 12. And it took me 2 steps to get to 12 here. So 4 times 2 is... Well, let me move this upward so you can see. Sorry. All right. 4 there. All right. For 2. 2 times 4 is 8. All right. Now they all have common denominators. I can add and subtract. So 4 minus 9 is -5, and -5 plus 8 is 3. 3 12. I think that's what I originally got. I feel like I got 3 12s. We can reduce this or we can leave it. It's 1/4. We'll have to go over that. I'm not sure if I got that answer last time, but we'll leave it for now. All right, here we go again with some fractions here. But I see division. So it's -3. And then we're dividing. We're going to make 6 a fraction, which is 6/1. And then the rest is 4/5 plus 1/8. And then I know the rule for fraction is you can't divide, so you just multiply by the reciprocal. So it's -3/10 times 1/6. Then you have -4/5 plus 1/8. All right. Here I can reduce again. So I'll do 1 and 2. -1 times 1 is -1. And 10 times 2 is 20. Then you have -4/5 plus 1/8. All right. We got to find a common denominator before we can add or subtract. Let's see what I got. I got 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 8 times 5 is 40. And 20 can go into 42 times. So, okay. So we have, I'm going to rewrite it here. I'm going to rewrite them all as 40 minus something 40 plus something 40. Okay. To get to 40 from negative 1/20th, I would need to multiply by 2. So it would be negative 2 on the top. And then 5 multiplied by 8 will give you the 40. So 8 times 4 is 32. And then 8 got the 40 through 5. So 5 times 8 is 40. So 5 times 1 would be 5. And now I got a negative 2 minus 32 is... Ooh, let me go back and look at this one. This one might be complicated. Minus a negative. Okay. I think it's 34. Negative 34 plus 5 is 29 over 40. I feel like this might be wrong. Or maybe I got this right. It was some weird number, like it was a prime number on top and then like this odd number on the bottom, but could be me. But we're going to stick with what we know right now. All right, that's the end of this lesson. Yes, it takes quite a bit for you to work through the steps of each problem to solve in correct order. Use the PEMDAS method. I'll see you in the next video.